Does the truth inevitably rise to the surface, no matter how deeply it is buried? Ancient sage Rumi once narrated a story of a humble slave whose resilience in the face of false accusation illuminated a moral that speaks to anyone seeking justice and clarity. A wealthy landowner maintained a grand orchard in a remote estate surrounded by rolling hills. Every harvest season, the master assigned his many slaves to pick the ripest produce. He paid particular attention to a man named Luqman, whom he considered the weakest among them. Although Luqman's skin was dark as the midnight sky, some whispered that he carried a hidden depth of understanding. Others believed this talk was fancy, for his outward appearance was unremarkable. Whenever they ventured into the orchard, a few slaves would slyly sample the finest fruits. They reasoned that the master would never notice a few missing pieces. Over time, the master began to suspect thievery when he discovered inconsistencies in his storeroom. Anxious to shield themselves, several slaves swiftly accused Luqman of gorging on the most prized fruits. The master's temper flared upon hearing these accounts. Yet, the accused remained composed, quietly suggesting that if anyone doubted his integrity, a fair test should uncover the truth. Following Luqman's recommendation, the master ordered that warm water be served to each slave, then commanded them to run through the wild plains under his watchful eye. Those who had accused Luqman felt the weight of unease pressing on them, but they had no choice other than to comply. The sun climbed high, its heat scorching the dusty paths and fueling the gnawing discomfort in everyone's stomach. As the master urged them on horseback, the slaves soon began to retch from the strain. One by one, some coughed up fragments of figs and grapes they had swallowed in secret. The evidence of their theft lay plain on the ground, impossible to conceal. At last, all eyes turned to Luqman. When he grew ill from the exertion, only water emerged, confirming that he had taken no stolen fruit. Overcome by shame, the master acknowledged Luqman's innocence and accepted responsibility for misjudging him. He felt astonished that the man he had long considered feeble possessed unwavering honesty and wisdom. The other slaves who had conspired against Luqman lowered their heads, aware that their envy had led them to betray an innocent soul. From that day onward, the master showed Luqman greater respect, and the orchard took on an almost reverent atmosphere. No further accusations arose, for everyone had witnessed how swiftly hidden wrongdoing could be revealed. Those who had erred strove to correct themselves, recalling the lesson that all illusions crumble beneath the relentless light of honesty.